We're jumping back to our NHL offseason plan series. We're almost to the top of the league. We're the second-ranked team, the Dallas Stars. They had a good run in the playoffs, an excellent regular season. What moves would we expect from them to keep things going? We'll discuss that coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, today we're looking at the Dallas Stars and analyzing their season and taking a look at what we expect from them this offseason. Now, I'm recording this video on Thursday, the day before the NHL Draft. Of course, that's Friday, June 28th, going tomorrow night. So we're getting close to the end of the series here, and we're getting close to when the offseason really picks up. So certainly, hopefully, everything in here is still relevant by the time it makes it to YouTube. Things could have changed here a little bit, though. First, we're going to recap the 23-24 season, take a look at how the team did, top individuals, take a look at any changes were made, cap space, expiring contracts, draft capital and picks, and then top questions facing this franchise. So let's first recap the 23-24 Dallas Stars. Top team in the Western Conference, 113 points. Phenomenal regular season. Record was 52-21-9. Like I said, they won the West not only in the regular season, they almost won the West in the playoffs as well, losing out to the Edmonton Oilers in a really hard-fought series. They scored 294 goals, which was third highest in the league. They allowed 232 against, 8th best in the NHL. So both top 10 metrics, really solid. Power play was very, very good at 24.2% for 6th highest in the league. And the penalty kill also very solid, 82% for 8th best. So all these team metrics, which are very key and crucial to the team succeeding, all top 10, with the lowest one being 8th spot. So very, very good season. Lots to be proud of. I know this Dallas Stars team, the last 3-4 years, they've been really good, and they've had some really good seasons, and they have not gotten over the hump to get to the Stanley Cup final or to win a Stanley Cup. So I know that's something they really want to accomplish there, and we'll see what they can do. So let's talk about now some top performers within this regular season. We saw Jason Robertson lead the way with 80 points. Joe Pavelski, at his age, still going strong, 67 points, although his play really did fall off in the playoffs. He was definitely struggling near the end of it. And then 3 players had the next highest total, tied for third place. Wyatt Johnston, Roope Hintz, and Matt Duchene all had 65 points. Jake Ottinger led the way between the pipes once again, playing majority of the games with a record of 35-14-4, a 2.72 goals against, and a 905 save percentage. So Ottinger, sometimes you get like hot and cold a little bit. 905 save percentage is okay. He can definitely be better. So the top team in the Western Conference, and in all honesty, I think Jake Ottinger could be better than what he was this year. So it goes to show you just the team's potential. Looking at season changes, like in-season changes here, they didn't really do a lot. At the deadline, they added Chris Tanev, was their major deadline acquisition. They did give up a few picks and prospects to do that. And then they moved Ty Dellandrea. After the season ended, after the series elimination against the Edmonton Oilers, they ended up moving him to San Jose for a 4th-round pick. So Dellandrea kind of became an extra piece for them in the playoffs, kind of lost a regular spot. The former first-rounder just basically got moved out for an opportunity to get more playing time elsewhere and for them to recoup a pick and just to get a little bit more roster flexibility. From a salary cap perspective, they have $16.2 million available in space, 13 roster spots spoken for. Now, that's not a ton of space, and they have some big decisions to make, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. On the restricted free agent side of things, they have Sam Steele, Thomas Harley, and Nils Lundqvist. I think all 3 players will likely get qualified. Harley will get the long-term, more expensive contract out of the bunch. He's been a real good revelation for them the past year or two, and will get rewarded. They'll have options to do a bridge or a long-term deal. So we'll see what direction they go in. His contract, I think, will, on a bridge deal, is probably going to be between 4.5, something along those lines. On a longer-term deal, is probably going to be north of 7, I would think. On the UFA side, we have Matt Duchene, Joe Pavelski, Craig Smith, Yanni Hakanpää, Derek Pouliot, Chris Tanev, and Scott Wedgwood. So I know Duchesne would like to come back. They had him on a real cheap deal this past year after the buyout happened in Nashville. He certainly kind of reproved himself. He's probably going to want more term than a single year this time, but he's still getting paid from Nashville for a while, so hopefully he'll take a bit of a team-friendly deal. Of course, the tax advantage there will be helpful as well. We'll see. I'm thinking probably like a 3-year deal for Duchesne would be appropriate, somewhere in that maybe $4 to $5 million range. Hard to say, because like I said, on top of that, he's still getting paid from the Preds, so hopefully he'll give them a bit of a discount. Pavelski, there's a lot of thought he may not return. He may retire. We'll discuss that here in a moment. As far as the other UFAs go, I know they'd like to keep Tanev. It's not going to be easy. Lots of competition there. Wedgwood would like a raise. We do know that. So we'll see what happens. And we do know as well that we do have a new UFA to add to this list as of today. I'm not sure if it's officially done yet, but as I'm recording this video on Thursday, there is confirmation by NHL reporters that they are buying out the last year of Ryan Suter's contract. So Ryan Suter will not be back in Dallas next year. And because of it was a north of 35 contract, but it's not one of those deals where they don't get any relief because it was a backloaded contract, didn't have bonuses or anything like that. So no worries on that front that this would be exempt from those rules that don't allow them any relief. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense for them to do it. At the 2024 draft, they have 3 picks. They are still in the first round as of right now at number 29th overall. Then they have 2 picks a bit later, but not a lot of draft capital right now. Top questions facing the franchise is Pavelski retiring, because he's been a big part of that team since he's come over here a few years ago from the Sharks. And its indications are, it looks like the answer to that question is yes, but Pavelski is not confirmed as of right now. Obviously, if he is not back, that creates a hole in their lineup, and they'll have to figure that out. I do think that they're going to see, possibly besides the Ryan Suter buyout, which we now know is confirmed, that gives them a little extra space. So that's not factored into the $16 million I said they had available. That number is going to go up, obviously, once the Suter buyout is effective. It wasn't reflective on cap friendly as of yet, so we'll see. But they are going to get I think it was $3 million or thereabouts relief. So that number will go up around $19 million, which will help. I don't suspect Craig Smith probably not back. Pouliot probably not back. Wedgwood I'd like to have back, but where he wants a raise, it's hard to say. And we'll see what happens. But certainly some questions within that forward group. And goaltending, like I said, with Wedgwood, I believe from what I've seen from Dallas media that, he believes his $2 million contract was, a friendly one, you could say, for the team. And I think he's going to be looking for a little more, but I'm not really sure he's going to get that on the open market. We'll have to see. But I'm not 100% convinced Wedgwood's back. If he'll sign for the right number, they'll probably have him back. But if not, they may find a cheaper option where they feel like they can get similar results out of on the open market. We'll have to see where that goes, but not a given. So goaltending is definitely a question they need to answer. Their starters confirmed. Obviously, Jake Ottinger is somebody who's already got that spot locked down. But who his number 2 is going to be is yet to be seen. If it's Wedgwood or not. Of course, Wyatt Johnson's been a terrific young player for them in the first couple of years of his career. He's due a contract extension, so they want to get ahead of that. It's not going to get any cheaper. Obviously, he's not restricted right now, but he's in the final year of his rookie contract, and he's earned a big raise. So I suspect they're going to want to try to lock him up long-term if they can. The price tag is not going to drop. And we do know that there's a big desire to retain Chris Tanev, but we also know there's a ton of other teams lining up with the hopes to talk to him. So it's going to be tough. I think when Tanev first went to Dallas, the expectation was that he's probably going to be just there as a rental. But, they treated him really well. He really liked it, saw the team had strong potential. And now he's intrigued, I think, by the idea of staying. But like I said, I know there's going to be probably at least 10 other teams lining up to get him. So it's going to be difficult to say what happens with Tanev. But with the Suter buyout, gives them a little more flexibility. Obviously, they try to keep Tanev, they try to keep Duchesne. Then they're going to need to figure out goaltending, extend Harley. That money's going to go quick, though. So we'll see. If they do need to free up any more space to try to make some upgrades here. I do think some players like Radek Faksa or Evgeny Dadonov could very well be cap casualties, you could say. So we'll see there. I would suspect that they also want to make some room on their roster, because I think you can tell that they're ready and I think the Stars are quite content to have Stankoven and Maverick Bourque both be full-time members of the roster next year to really push that youth movement. It's the final year of Jamie Benn as well. I don't know if they'll talk to him about extending. He's going to be 35 soon, entering the last year of his contract, been the captain there a long time. If he does extend, it's going to have to be a far less cheaper contract, obviously shorter term, probably a 1 or 2 year extension. Maybe, half the money he's making now or something along those lines. So that's going to be interesting too, but that's not something that has to get worked out, but on July 1st it could. But they can let that take some time for sure. They don't need to rush into that. I think the more pressing issues would be, obviously like Duchesne and Tanev would be their top two. And keeping them is not going to be the easiest thing. I think there's a good chance they can figure out something with Duchesne. Like I said, he's still getting paid from Nashville. I think he'll give them a good number to work with that they can still keep adding to the team, make it better, and then we'll see from there. But if Duchesne was there last year, he stays, and if they lose Pavelski, they need to figure out something. We've kind of heard that they could be one of the teams that like to talk to Jake Gensel, but again, lots of teams want to talk to Jake Gensel. I don't know if they can pull that off. And of course, like I said, will they find another veteran to replace Pavelski? I don't know who that's going to be, but there's lots of interesting names out there for sure. So I do expect them to add another veteran player through free agency if they can. If they can't keep Chris Tanev, wouldn't be shocking if they try to pull off another trade, or if they do target there's not a ton of really good right shot defensemen on the market. Like if Matt Roy out of LA makes it there, maybe they talk to him. It's a rare breed. So we'll see what Jim Nill and the Dallas Stars do, but they do have some tough questions. They're going to try to keep what they have and add to it, and it's getting a little bit easier with the Suter buyout, but it's going to be a lot of that money's going to get eaten up quickly. Well, after they sign Harley, sign Duchesne, and then figure out goaltending, and then just like I said, I would suspect there could be some more cost-cutting moves between Faxa, Dadonov, those types of players. Doesn't mean for sure they'll be the ones, but somebody who's a little less important, more of a depth player. We've been hearing for a couple of years that Faxa could be on the way out, and it's not happened yet. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your expectations for the Western Conference top team from this past year, the Dallas Stars. Can they win the regular season yet again and maybe make it a little further to the Stanley Cup final? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, new to the series, make sure you subscribe, stick around. We'll keep you up to date with everything across the entire NHL. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.